Hi, this is Stacia, and today we're going to look at a training game I played on chess.com. So, I guess one of the things about being over 1700 is that you're going to face some 1800s, and that's what happened this game. But if I want to be 1800, I've got to beat these 1800s. So, let's look at the game. E4, C5, and D4. So we have a Smith-Morra. He took it and played E6. Okay, so my development scheme is very normal. Just knight f3, bishop c4, castle kingside. So if black does nothing weird, I'll just continue. And that is what I did. Knight f6. Now, this move is always a little bit risky in the Morra because you have to watch out for e5. I don't think e5 is good yet, but it might be. It actually might be good here. I'm gonna take a look for a second. I wasn't even on the analysis board. Sorry. Let's make sure that didn't mess up the screen. Oh, it did a little bit. Okay, is that better? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back. So after knight to f6, yeah, e5 is the best move, it says, but that's because the computer hates the Morra gambit and thinks black's always a little bit better. But e5 is like, I mean, I thought knight g4, yeah, then bishop f4. That's what I would play. What could they do here? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Wow, I'm not familiar with this. Computer wants to go g5. Okay. Now it says knight takes g5. What is happening here? And after this, now we've just undefended the e pawn. So knight c takes e5. That attacks the bishop. And now it says knight g to e4. Wow, I don't know what kind of crazy line this is. Oh, it's because, you know, we'll take this knight if they take the bishop. I'm not sure what this knight is going to do. I guess it's just getting out of danger. And then black should play d5, forking. Wow, I have never seen this line. This looks very interesting. I wonder if this is theory or something. I'm taking a look. No, there's no games. Just a crazy computer line, but one that pretty interesting. But I'm probably not going to play e5 here. It just feels like well, I want to save e5 for when it's really good. I don't want to play it into an equalish type thing. Although if that's how black has to play, I kind of like it for white. All right, so maybe I should have played e5. Warrants further analysis. Okay, so I mean, here in rapid games, you're not supposed to play queen e2 until they commit d6, but sometimes I don't know what else to do, and it's a rapid game, and I don't want my clock to tick down so early, so I just play queen e2. It's usually not going to be bad. And he played d5. What a surprising move. This has to be a mistake. So I'm going to check. Yeah, it is a mistake. He should go e5 here. I also think castles would be a mistake. That's what he really wants to play. He wants to play d5 and he wants to play castles. But that's part of the point of the Morra, is that both of these moves are actually mistakes. If castles, I think now we go e5. Knight e8. Bishop f4. I mean, this is actually just a game, but I do like the fact that this pawn is backwards. So we could just go rook fd1 here and probably bishop b3 now. Okay, and bishop b7. Okay, I mean, computer says this position's equal. It looks like a normal Morra position. I actually thought castles was a mistake, but I guess it's playable. Yeah, it is playable. I think if d6 was committed, it would be different. Okay. But he went with d5. Now, this has to be a mistake. I don't know that black can get d5 in. I mean, I guess he was thinking, hey, I have enough guys on d5. I'm just going to play it. But I could play rook d1, and that's what I did. This pins the pawn and adds another attacker. So now I'm going to win my pawn back, is how I look at it. And then when I do that, I have good development. So I would say white's a little better here, but... All right, so he castled. Wow. I'm noticing the computer wants knight takes e4 and says it's mostly equal. If knight takes e4, I guess you can sack the queen. Maybe that's the point. Because I would take this. And what's the idea? Queen c7. Oh, wow. Check this out. You unpin, and now two pieces are attacked. So they're going to win the piece back. What an intermezzo. And I guess we have nothing threatening to get out of this. Because I'd be like, ooh, can I play some kind of tempo move and keep my piece? Doesn't appear to be the case. Well, and it's an engine line, so I know there won't be. Yeah, we can just move and then they're going to take. And this is now a position, and black keeps the extra pawn. Interesting. I still don't mind being white here, though. I like the queen on c7 for us. Like bishop f4, rook c1. Okay. So just a note that the best treatment of this was to play knight takes e4. Instead, he castled, and I'm sure that was his idea. Well, actually, I think this is the first point where he actually thought a while. Yeah, he thought a couple minutes here. I think he just was like, well, I'm going to lose my pawn, so I'm just going to get my king safe and play from here. But surely white's better. I took the pawn. He took back. Now, I could probably take with a knight or a bishop here. Both look interesting. I took with a knight. Now I'm threatening check and win the queen, so he should take it. I think I should just take with the bishop. Taking with the rook feels awkward. It would block the bishop. And even though it's a tempo on the queen, my other rook's not ready to double yet, so I thought I should take with the bishop, which is correct. Okay, and now I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about this. And I'm eyeing this bishop, so there's a lot of ideas for white here. This pawn is also pinned. I think queen c4 is in the air, putting pressure on f7, and also c6. So white must be better here. This looks like a really pleasant position. So I think, you know, the opening was a success because he played d5, which was a mistake. Okay, queen c7. Okay, I just calmly developed. Computer likes moving the queen here. It likes the immediate queen c4 or queen e4. Queen e4 I didn't really consider. If this move, I guess they don't really want to play rook e8 because then f7 hangs. Wow, in fact, knight g5 and bishop f4 both win. Wow. Yeah, so knight g5, threatening these two squares. That looks pretty good. Yeah. Wow, I did not see this idea at all. Which I probably should, right? With queen e4. I just thought queen e4 and the rook's gonna come line itself up, but it's not in time. Knight g5 comes. But what about bishop f6 here? If bishop f6, we still go knight g5. Okay, how? I guess we just get our bishop out this way. And there's no f6. And if this, we can actually take it. Wow. There's so much play in the Morra. I definitely didn't think that deeply about it, but it's a rapid game, so you really can't. Instead, I played this. This is such a natural looking move, and I figured I must be better, right? I mean, pawns are equal. I won my pawn back, and I'm more developed and more active. The queen's on c7, probably doesn't belong there. So, okay. All right, he did play bishop g4. I kind of expected this. But I just wanted to play rook c1 and line my rook up with the queen. Okay, rook to e8. And now how to continue. So I went with the move queen c4, which the engine likes, just because it's a tempo move on here. I'm also pinning the knight because the queen is undefended there. I guess the knight was already pinned. But I'm also thinking about maybe taking, taking on c6 and winning a pawn. When I do that, I give up my two bishops, so I wasn't going to do that unless the ending looks really good. Okay, and he actually took the knight here. This is a pretty interesting move. Now, during the game, I'm like, can I take on f7? Because f7's hanging, but I thought he actually could, go king f8 or king h8. So king f8's a mistake, the computer says. So let's go here. And he could do this. Oh, wait. I take first, then he takes. Then I take here, and he could actually retreat. Yeah, and I see now why king f8 would be bad, because... Oh, maybe not. I was thinking queen f4 check, but the queen is guarding it. But here... Oh, computer likes rook d8. Wow. Another way to play, though, I was thinking just retreat the bishop. But maybe that's bad, because the bishop is actually going to be unsafe. Yeah, and after this, so white's up a pawn now. So this is good for us. That seemed like complicated though, and I felt like my position's good. So I was like, well, why do that? And why not just take back? I figured I'm still better here. Computer agrees. So that's fine. Okay, rook c8. He's trying to unpin the queen, I think. But the queen is still pinned. It's only defended once. I mean, not the queen, the knight on c6. So... I don't know about this move. That's fine. I'm just applying pressure on f7. I think bishop f6 defends it pretty easily though, and attacks my b2 pawn. But here was my idea. I'm like, well, I'm not going to play b3. I'll play b4, attack the pinned piece. So I really liked my position here. It felt like I must be almost winning. So a6, stopping b5. So I played a4, insisting. I really expected b5 here. Maybe b5 is not good though. Because if b5, I take, and if he takes, I win c6, yeah. So he can't do that. I knew that during the game. Okay, so instead he defended the queen. So now the knight is unpinned. Yeah, and I thought I must have some good moves here. But I had 5 minutes left, and I was starting to get nervous about my time. I went ahead with b4. He took, I took, knight e5. Definitely a good move. Attacking my queen. And I actually, I didn't calculate right here because I was planning queen g4. But clearly that's not a good move because he would take me. The idea was to attack the rook, but that's not going to work here. So queen f4, discovery on the queen. The queen stepped out of the way. I thought he could really mess up here with like queen d7. Computer says it's fine though. Okay, queen f8. Yeah, and I have an advantage, but I have the hardest time in these positions when I'm low on time specifically. So I had 2 minutes left here. My opponent had 2 minutes left here. And this position is very interesting and complicated. And, well, we both have back rank issues. I don't want my advantage to slip away. So I probably have to play pretty well here. I took the rook. So I was also thinking about g3. And maybe I should have played that. Computer likes it. But instead I took the rook. This is fine. Idea to gain a tempo on the queen. But now his queen and rook are lined up now. Yeah, and I blundered the fork. I blundered a fork here. Yeah, 1 minute left. So he got this in, knight to d3. And I'm probably losing now. But you still have chances with 2 bishops, I would say. You still have chances to win back material, when you, especially low in time. But I think he played this fairly nice. Okay, my bishop's attacked. I moved it. Now he's there. Yeah, now my bishop's kind of pinned because if I move it, he can take here, and after takes, play rook e1 check, winning. That would be a fork on the bishop. So I had to sort of unpin that way. Yeah, and then he attacked e3. The queen is covering my king's escape square, so I can't move my bishop away. If I tried something like this, he would just play checkmate. Oh, I guess it's not checkmate. I could block, but still. That is not pleasant. There's probably queen b5 there. So I knew that this is bad, but what could I do? Okay, now he's definitely, my pawn is pinned and attacked. As I defended with the king. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll just show the rest because this is just losing. There's nothing I can really do here. It went into an ending even where I thought I might have a chance to hold it, especially when he started trading off all the pawns. But the computer disagrees. It says black's winning. Yeah, I can't deal with the problem is I can never sacrifice the bishop for the pawn because it'll be rook, the rook will win. So, so I can't take the pawn here. I'm just going to get checkmated eventually, and that's what happened. So, okay. Well, I'm glad to see I didn't have any drawing chances that I missed. But let's go back. This was a rough game, but this is one that I could definitely learn from because the middle game ideas, when I was better, how to proceed, that is a very difficult part of chess, and I think this is a game where we can really learn. So I'm going to key moments now. Let's have a look at this and see if we can learn some new ideas. Okay, it says that's a critical move. Yeah, well, rook takes d5 is ridiculous, so. Yeah, it doesn't like bishop takes f3. We should go into the complications with this move. Still don't think I fully understand this. It says this is absolutely winning. All right, so if king h8 and we take a rook, they take a rook. So we're up a pawn so far. We take the bishop. Let's say they take a bishop. Oh man, this is just winning because now I take the queen. And if they take, we take the bishop. The computer does give a different move though. Where was it? After this and here, it likes rook to d8. Guarding the bishop and maybe threatening, back rank stuff. But I did take the knight, so it says just go queen to f7 or bishop d5. Ooh, bishop d5. Interference? That's pretty interesting. And also queen f7. Just eyeing the bishop and keeping the rook tied down to the back rank. Interesting stuff. Yeah, this means I need to practice my tactics better because I didn't see this all the way through. And I kind of dismissed it because it was complicated. That's the wrong way to play chess. Maybe it's not in rapid games, but I would rather see that and go for it, I have plenty of time on my clock to analyze. All right, let's go back to the key movements. Okay, so I'm a little disappointed in myself there, but yeah, now queen f4 is a mistake. Okay, so what should I play here? Kind of a key moment. I shouldn't take the queen, should I? Yeah, what would you guys play here? It'd be nice if we could, make use of that back rank. I can't attack that pawn. I mean, I shouldn't take the queen, should I? That looks bad because rook e takes. I think we should just move the queen but not step into the fork. That must be the main idea. So this move's kind of lazy, but it doesn't step into a fork. It says it's about equal. Wow, it wants to trade queens and says we're winning. What? How? How are we winning? Okay, let's think. Rook takes. Is it this? What is going on? This bishop takes b7. Little trick. So we win this pawn Wow. And then we can park the bishop here, and we've got a very strong passer, and that's winning. Wow, I missed this idea. So we have to tactically win the b7 pawn, and that's a very strong plan for white. It's a way to win. Wow, well, that's a new idea. Okay, and let's continue with... Wow, it says plus 4.5 on queen takes queen. Yeah, so a lot of this, I'm noticing that a lot of the wins and the ways forward for us are not building moves. It's like concrete, like tactics. And G3 is a blunder because I missed a fork. Oh man. I should definitely see this move. So very disappointing. It was because of time pressure, certainly. And nerves. So I shouldn't go G3 here. I should avoid the fork. So let's try to figure out what's the best way to avoid it. I might just go Rook D1. What's wrong with Rook D1? Anything? It's a solid move. Waiting to see what the computer says. It says it's an accuracy and it's a balanced game. Wow. So, can we find a better move? All right, is there anything tactical? I do see bishop c5 attacks the rook, but then knight d3. So, we want to stop knight d3. I don't know, maybe queen a4. So you guys are seeing how bad I am at this. I can't find the right moves. Okay. That's okay, that's how we learn. It says queen a5 is a blunder because knight d3 still comes. And then we go rook f1. Why? I don't know. Best is queen f5. Wow, I saw this move too in the game. But not for the same reasons. Oh yeah, for the same reason. Just, you know, threaten this. Pin the queen. I saw this during the game. I wish I would have played it now. Okay, and white keeps an advantage. Yeah, and I played g3 because I was going to play this move, and I'm like, oh man, I might get back ranked soon. Like, I should just, you know, I have 1 minute. Just play g3, just hurry up. And that turned out to be a blunder. Okay, and at this point I'm losing, so yeah, best move is to take that. Wow, it says it actually says it's equal after this. He cannot take the bishop. Check this out. Oh man. So still had chances at the end. All right, well, this game is inspiring me to do some tactics problems because I think sometimes I walk into a chess game like this and I'm not expecting tactics. And that is just the wrong way to approach a chess game, especially a Smith-Morra. So this game is teaching me a lesson. Yeah, so overall, I missed my chances to win, got in time pressure, and blundered a fork. That's basically what happened this game. So I guess I wasn't ready to beat the 1800. But if we look at the graph, which I want to show you guys, hang on a second. I will show it to you. I know how to do this. Yeah, if we look at this is pretty interesting, I thought. If you don't watch this part of the video, I totally understand. I know that I wing these things for the most part. But it's actually the morning before I start work. So, hey, I'll just take you guys on the ride with me like I always do. So, I mean, if we look at this game, the Smith-Morra came through. I got like a very nice advantage. And then it was at this moment here that I blundered. So, and it was probably that bishop takes f7 check intermezzo lined. So I had to see that and calculate it through and know that I'm winning there. I didn't do that, so I kept an advantage, but then I lost my advantage. And that moment of the game was after queen f8 when I traded rooks. That was not a good idea. And then, of course, g3 is when it dipped down. So g3 is just a blunder. So I had an advantage the whole time, got down to a minute on my clock, and only then blundered the fork, and then black's winning. And I never had chances again except for that one tactic. But with 1 minute, I'm probably not going to see that, although I probably should see it, you know? So I'm going to make a few flashcards from this one. I know some of you guys ask where I make my flashcards. These days, I might do a video on this because these days I make sets of 10 flashcards, and I do them on Lichess now. I used to do screenshots of positions and make my flashcards that way. But my new way is to use the FENs and put them in a Lichess study. And I find that it's really nice. And I can actually set them up as like, you know, puzzles where I can actually move the pieces or draw arrows or whatever I want to do. So I have been meaning to start a series on going over my flashcards. That'll help me review them because I can watch my own videos, but also explain the situations which are mostly critical and very instructive moments from games. So I thought it might be cool. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, and I'll make sure to start working on that one. But I am not stopping my climb to 1800. I think this game went mostly well, and I just have to work on my finishing out. So hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you later. Bye.